Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you my WWE Monday Night Raw review for WWE. Oh fuck. Let me restart that. Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you my WWE Monday Night Raw review for October 6, 2014. And I didn't take any notes this week because I didn't feel like it, and I was on the phone, so it would have been difficult. So I'm just going off the cups of my head, and I think maybe this is a little bit better because I did my NXT review this way, and I actually thought the video was better than when I normally write notes down. So I'm going to go off this way. Now, I'm just going to cover the shit stuff because there was a lot of shit on the show. One of the things being that El Torito with the Los Matadors, which consists of Diego and Fernando, went one-on-one with Hornswoggle or Mini Gator with Slater and the Gator, which consisted of Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil. That was fucking stupid. El Torito won with a moonsault. That's fucking dumb. That was dumb. What else happened on the show? They did some more Wyatt family stuff, which consists of that group consists of Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. And I thought actually that was pretty good stuff. They recapped the one with Luke Harper, how they're gonna send him off in a singles one, and it looks like that they're gonna break up the Wyatt thing because this week they still played the Luke Harper one earlier, but now they did one for Eric Rowan, and Bray Wyatt talked about how he was made fun of as a kid because he looked different, and I like that they said that. And now that the people that made fun of him are gonna fear him, and they show like all this goat face stuff, well, the sheep mask stuff, and he says that you guys are gonna fear me, and he says he's free. So it looks like they're gonna break up the Wyatt family, which I guess won't be a bad idea. Maybe it's time for them to go on this single one. I think probably Eric Rowan is gonna be the failure of this though. Because I've seen his matches and he sucks. So. But we'll see where we go. And I think maybe Bray Wyatt hopefully will be the star out of this. But I wouldn't complain if Luke Harper ends up getting pushed like the best shit ever. And if you've seen the Today Show, the woman that hosts that show came out and talked about breast cancer. No. They were there for breast cancer, but they didn't talk about it. They came out, partied with Adam Rose and the Bunny, and they just did a whole shitty segment there. That was fucking terrible. They did a Brie Bella Summer Rae match with Brie Bella's hand tied one of Brie Bella's hands tied behind her back because Nikki Bella's making her go through what Brie Bella went through, and Brie Bella wins with a knee to the face, and Summer Rae had Layla out there inside. Jack Swagger went one-on-one with Tyson Kidd, and the match I guess was decent at best, but they're furthering a storyline that's like based off of, like a real-life marriage kinda. So, but Tyson Kidd's being a dick to his wife, but it ends up hurting him in the long run because he goes to go off the top rope to do his blockbuster, but then Jack Swagger hits an arm drag and gets him in the ankle lock for the win. And Bo Dallas had a rematch with Mark Henry, and I guess on main event Bo Dallas beat him by DQ. Tonight he beat him by countout. Mark Henry pretty much got in all the offense, and Mark Henry went for a World's Strongest Slam, and then Bo Dallas got out of it, and they were outside the ring, and the referee, Bo Dallas got in before the count of the 10, but Mark Henry didn't make the count, so he got counted out. Anything else important? The Miz was backstage with Corporate Kane and The Miz and Damian Mizdow. This is actually really entertaining stuff. I really like them. And they're backstage, and Miz apologizes for the way he acted last week about what he said to the Authority. And I really like how when Miz talks, Damian Mizdow talks. That is awesome. And then he says he wants to apologize by giving the Authority some a fruit basket, and so it was gratitude. And Corporate Kane talks about how the Authority hates apples, peaches, and oranges, and apologies. And tonight they're gonna go one-on-one with the man that you hit it with the chair on SmackDown, Sheamus, and then the Miz is not happy about it, and we get that match, and it was actually pretty entertaining. I did like this match, and for good reasons. One of the main reasons being was Damien Mizdow, because he was out there inside, and I thought this was awesome shit. Anytime Miz, I just love the Damien Mizdow stuff. People think it's not the greatest thing ever, but I'm enjoying it. Damien Mizdow comes out and he does whatever the Miz does, so he walks how the Miz does. I think it's awesome. And Damien Mizdow ended up doing whatever move Miz did. So if Miz did the clothesline that he usually does in the corner, Miz did that clothesline. Miz doing a headlock, he would do a headlock. Even doing something simple like going for a pin. He pinned Sheamus. Damien Mizdow went there with him, and they were in New York tonight. I forget where, and they said it like 3,000 times, but I forget. And they're in the city, Buffalo City, New York or something. I forget, to be honest with you. They started chanting Damien Mizdow, and I thought it was awesome shit. Anytime Miz would get hit somewhere, Damien Sandow would just sell the body part. Like if you got hit in the ribs, Damien Mizdow would sell it. I thought that's awesome. But then eventually Sheamus goes to blow kick Miz, and he accidentally hits Damien Mizdow, and then Sheamus rolls him up for the win. Miz rolls him up for the win, so that's like a future U.S. title shot, but I thought this was awesome stuff. And then afterwards, Sheamus goes after them with the chair. And then Roman Reigns got interviewed, because this was the first time we had seen him since he had his surgery. And he talked about how he's going to be better soon, and he's walking a little bit better. He really didn't really say much. And then it was all via satellite too. Michael Cole interviewed him, because JBL and Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. And then AJ Lee teamed up with Emma to face Alicia Fox and Paige. AJ Lee wasn't in the match because she doesn't really want any friends. She just wants to do this all on her own. And she walks out when Emma starts to get some momentum, and then Paige hits the rampage on her and gets the win. I thought that's good stuff. I'm enjoying this feud. I think they're going to have like a Divas title match at Hell in a Cell. Hopefully inside Hell in a Cell. And anything else? Some woman came out that talked about breast cancer. It was kind of the same promo that Hulk Hogan cut, except it was a little bit more emotional. I don't remember her name though, because I didn't catch it. Let me think. Dolph Ziggler and Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, went a one-on-one against the tag team champions Golden Stardust and Cesaro. I read online somewhere that they were in Montreal, Canada, and Dolph Ziggler lost his luggage, so he didn't have the Leo Intercontinental Championship, because he's the Intercontinental Champion, and they actually had to give him a replica belt tonight, but I don't know if that's true. And I thought this actually was a good match, and it was really awesome. And the heels attack the faces before the match, and one of the Usos gets injured, and he gets an injured shoulder. Cesaro, I think Goldust had thrown him into the steel steps, so then for some odd reason they have him start the match, which was weird. And then he gets dominated, and then the other Uso comes in and tries to get some momentum going, and then the heels just stop brawling with the faces, and Cesaro throws Ziggler into the steel steps, doing all this chaos. And then one of the Usos is being dominated, and then Dolph Ziggler gets the hot tag on, I think, Cesaro, and he tries to win off an uppercut, but Dolph Ziggler kicks out of it. And then Stardust, and then the Usos dive on the Golden Stardust, and then then Cesaro had done the uppercut, and then Stardust attacked himself in, and he tries to hit him like a move that's like the crossroad, but since he just drops him on his head kind of, and then Ziggler kicks out of it, and then Dolph Ziggler and the Usos do a triple kick, which was awesome, and then Ziggler tags in one of the Usos, and that Uso does a splash for the win, and Dolph Ziggler and the Usos get the win. So I feel like that's this was an awesome match. I kind of wanted the heels to go over because they had looked really strong in this match, so I think they should have gone over and have Cesaro pin Ziggler so he can get like a future Intercontinental Championship match. But I think it's still going to happen. I think they're going to do Cesaro Ziggler at Hell in a Cell for the Intercontinental Championship, and they're going to do the Usos and Golden Stardust. I think that's all the stuff like that's minor that happened. Not like a lot of stuff really happened on the show. I'm going to get to the main stuff that really made me just fucking like awesome shit. Let's cut to the Rusev and Lana promo. They cut the typical promo, and Rusev and Lana are like, you know, they talk about how it's Vladimir Putin's birthday, and how they think it's a disgrace that Big Show pulled down the Russian flag, and that you all supported it, and you should all go to prison for supporting that as being haters and stuff. And then Rusev says that he'll crush you all, and then he'll crush Big Show. So it's kind of like, at least Rusev's talking a little bit more. It's not all Lana talking, because I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. And then Big Show was suspended, but I thought he was going to come out anyways, you know. Like, Rusev had called out Big Show, and I was thinking Big Show's coming out. And then this was fucking awesome. I was not expecting this at all. The fucking Rock comes out. You know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I did not see this coming. I honestly didn't. I thought The Rock was I thought at first when I heard his music hit they were gonna troll us and say you thought The Rock was actually gonna come, you typical Americans. I thought that was awesome. And but it actually was him. And I thought this was awesome shit. You got to see The Rock come out, you get to see you know, a lot of this awesome stuff. You did him do his like typical Brahma Bowl pose. I thought it was awesome. And then he cut the promo, talk about how he been everywhere in New York and makes jokes. Talks about how Lana is dressed up like the hot. He talks about how Lana's gorgeous, but looks like she's dressed up as a communist. Souvenir cross guard or something, and then he talks about how Rusev's tights are like up to his nipples, and then he said another joke, but I was talking to my friend on the phone as this happened, so I couldn't hear it. And then he talked about, he even cut a he started off too by saying, Rusev, you should know your role, and then you should see, that's like his catchphrase that he would use. I think this is just my Wi-Fi going off. And then that Rock you know your role, and then you finish it and it's shut your mouth. If it was like a line that he would say when he was like, he doesn't really say it anymore, but it was a line that he would say back in when he was with the corporation with Vince McMahon and stuff. And it was just awesome. And he talks about how he went, and Lana has a lot of meat on her. Talked about how Lana's attractive, and then he talked about, you know, how Lana was dressed as like the Russian, you know, Soviet communist character. And he finally said, The Rock has come back to Brooklyn. It was Brooklyn. I couldn't remember it. I just remembered it now. I think this was where WrestleMania last year was, by the way, because The Rock had because this was like that hot crowd that, if you don't remember, that night after WrestleMania 29. So, and then The Rock talks about how the disgrace in the United States of America, and this is like one of the greatest countries ever, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And then Lana says that there's an old saying in our country that the wolf gets hungry. So then Rusev says that he's gonna crush the Rock, and the Rock like, you think you're gonna crush the Rock, and Rusev's like, I think I'm gonna crush, and then the Rock's like, it doesn't matter what you think, that catchphrase. And then the Rock and Rusev, and then the Rock's like, you have a chance to get in the Rock, and the best thing you can say is Rusev's gonna crush the Rock, and it was just awesome. And then the Rock and Rusev face off, and the Rock goes off on Rusev, and he does the people's punch that he usually does when he goes like this, and then he punches him, and then clears Rusev out of the ring. And then he says his catchphrase, if you're somehow what the Rock is cooking. And then he walked out, and I thought it was awesome. We hadn't seen the Rock since, well, I haven't seen the Rock since WrestleMania 30. I guess I did watch a replay of the Nickelodeon Choice Awards, and I saw the Rock present like something to Kevin Durant, but I don't really count that because I didn't really see that much. It was like a highlight that they had showed. This was the first time we had seen the Rock since WrestleMania 30, and I wonder if in the future he's gonna come back at some point and do a program with Rusev. But it might not happen. But I think that's awesome shit. This was probably worth checking out. If I could say anything, what's worth checking out on Raw this week, it would be this. So that's that. That's the Rock. I thought that was awesome shit. And my friend even mentioned that he still hadn't get his rematch for the title. He lost the WWE Championship last year to John Cena, and he never got his rematch. And my friend didn't forget that. I don't know if we'll get his rematch. I wonder if they're going to do a program with him and Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at some point, but we'll see what happens. And I think I'm just going to cut right to the main stuff that really happened on the show. That was the main thing, but this is like what they're building around. The start of the show, Dean Ambrose had come out, and he talked. No, not Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins came out. I screwed it up. I was thinking like it was a later segment, and he talked about. He was just pretty much pissed that at first Dean Ambrose had sprayed that green slime in his face when he was had the Money in the Bank contract, and then he bragged when they showed the replay of him, Randy Orton, and Corporate Kane laying out Cena and Ambrose, and he talked about how he's the man. He's like, everyone wants to get a piece of me. And then as he's talking, Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury try to come out and get him out of the ring, and he doesn't listen. He just pretty much comes out and gloats, lets his ego get the best of him. And then John Cena comes out and attacks Rollins, and Rollins escapes through the crowd, and normally no one attacks him, but then Dean Ambrose pops up behind him and attacks Seth Rollins. And then Cena starts attacking Rollins, and then Ambrose dives on Cena and Rollins, and Seth Rollins, and then Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury holds Ambrose back, and so then Seth Rollins is able to escape. And then the Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come out and say they both get their hands on Seth Rollins. It's going to be John Cena and Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, and I knew there was going to be a catch, and there is, and it's going to be versus Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and Corporate Kane. So it's going to be a handicap match, and I was like, okay, pretty much I think the same match we saw last. I remember we saw this. I have a feeling we saw this match before. What happens is later on in the night, Dean Ambrose comes out and he talks. He's like, I keep trying to find reasons not to like you, Cena, but you keep making it hard, because they had showed a replay on SmackDown of when Dean Ambrose and Cena were facing Corporate Kane and Randy Orton, and Rollins had come out and Cena went after him and left Dean Ambrose to fend for himself, so he ended up getting chokeslammed and RKO'd, and then Cena had come back out and they had gotten played. And Dean Ambrose has a bone to pick with Cena, so he calls him out, and then Cena comes out and says, Aren't you? You said we wanted to work together. And aren't you the one you say you would do whatever it takes to get your hands on Seth Rollins? So I did what it took, and then he goes to leave, and then Dean Ambrose says, I just don't like you, Cena. Don't make me drop you right now. And Cena's like, don't make me drop you. They go back and forth, and Dean Ambrose says, and he's like, we both want to get his hands on Seth Rollins. That's the one common goal we have, and you have a lot of guts, but you keep saying stuff, and you keep saying it to the wrong guy. And Dean Ambrose talks about, too, how the thing he likes about Cena was he doesn't go, that they don't care what people think of him. And then, but after Cena had said the line, I don't, that he would drop him, and Dean Ambrose was like, you know what, I'm hungry. I'm gonna take the subway and go to Coney Island and get a hot dog. And he's like, good luck tonight. So then afterward, you see Dean Ambrose get on the subway. So we ended actually left. I thought it was awesome that they had showed that. I didn't think they were gonna. And backstage, Triple H's like, what the heck, these young guys, man. Dean Ambrose has a chance to main event of RAW against the champ, John Cena, and he just blew it. And I give him a horrific opportunity to get his hands on Seth Rollins, and he blows it. And Cena's like, I know what you're trying to do, but I am going to overcome this because I'm going to get my hands on Seth Rollins no matter what. Triple H commends him for that, and he's going to let Seth Rollins start the match. And Cena's like, fine. And we get that match. It was the main event of the show. It was Cena versus Rollins, Kane, and Orton. Rollins started the match, but he just tagged in Corporate Kane right away, so I figured something like that would happen. They beat down Cena the entire match, and then he does his 5 moves of doom, goes F.U. Rollins, and Corporate Kane hits a big boot, which just causes a DQ, which really wasn't, because he was only in the ring for about a second, and normally it's a 5 count, but whatever. And then Orton and Kane and Rollins all beat down Cena. Kane chokeslams him. And then it gets funny right here. Dean Ambrose music cuts, and he comes out with the hot dog vendor that you see when they sell hot dogs. And he has a lot of stuff. He has ketchup, mustard, and he pulls out the ketchup and mustard, and Corporate Kane and Randy Orton try to attack him, and he sprays them with the ketchup. He plays Corporate Kane with the ketchup and Orton with the mustard, and he drives the vendor into Orton and Kane, and he goes after Rollins. He starts attacking him, and then Orton and Kane attack Ambrose, but then Cena FUs Orton, and then he clears waist of Kane. He punches him in the face and clotheslines him, and then Ambrose dives on Rollins, and then he starts dumping onions and pickles on Seth Rollins, and then Kane attacks him, ruins the whole thing. Then afterwards, Cena FUs Kane, and then they have a stare down, and the Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come back out, and Triple H makes a match at Hell in a Cell between John Cena and Seth Rollins, and the winner is going to face they make a match between John Cena and Dean Ambrose, and the winner is going to face Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, inside the Hell in a Cell, which I think is awesome, and I think that makes sense. They both want to get at it, Seth Rollins, and why not put them in a match with each other? And then afterwards, Ambrose lays out Cena with a double arm DDT, and that was the end of the show. Ambrose stands tall, and I thought that was awesome. As for the show, though, I'm going to have to say it was an average show. The only reason it is an average show was because he had the Rock segment, and he had that Dean Ambrose, John Cena stuff, which is passable. I thought that was awesome stuff, and Dean Ambrose comes out with the hot dog menu and stuff. I thought that was good. And I really like the 6-man tag team match between Dolph Ziggler and the Usos versus Gold, Stardust, and Cesaro. I like the Miz and Sheamus match. But they had crap on here like that segment with the Today Girls and the Today Show girls and Adam Rose. Like shit like what else? The Gator versus Hornswoggle. Like, why the fuck do we want to see that? So, average show. I am gonna, and that's probably about it. So I'm obviously going to be back this week. You're going to get the NXT review Thursday, and Friday I'm going to review the 15th anniversary of SmackDown, because it is the 15th anniversary, so I will sit down and watch that. Which I forgot to mention that Edge and Christian, it was awesome to see them on the show tonight, and they're doing like this thing. They were trashing Michael Cole's commentary too, and plugging the network like $9.99. So they're on the network. They're doing some sort of like thing that I will watch after this and review tomorrow. But that's pretty much it, guys. Subscribe to this channel and all the other Facebooks and stuff like that down below. Pretty much. See you later.